So this video is going to focus on free energy, and the formula for free energy, change in free energy is equal to delta H minus T delta S. And free energy is the one which really determines whether the reaction is spontaneous or not. We know that from delta H and delta S, a reaction is spontaneous when delta H is negative or it is less than 0 and delta S is greater than 0. But it is possible that we can have a spontaneous reaction with a positive delta H and a negative delta S also. But a reaction is definitely spontaneous if delta G is less than 0. So the condition for spontaneity is delta G should be negative. So the table below shows the various combinations of delta H and delta S depending on the temperature. We can predict whether the delta G will be negative or positive, thus finding the reaction to be spontaneous or non-spontaneous. And you can see that in the case of negative delta H and a positive delta S, for all the temperature, delta G will be negative and hence the reaction will be spontaneous. But a situation where delta H is positive and delta S is negative, for all the temperature, the reaction is going to be non-spontaneous. But however, negative delta S with a negative delta H combined together at a low temperatures, I get a value of delta G negative and the reaction becomes spontaneous. See, the various other combinations are also given in the table. So the point to be noted is, it is not delta H or delta S which determines the spontaneity of a reaction. The spontaneity is actually determined by delta G, or a combination of both delta H, delta S and temperature is the one which determines whether the reaction will be spontaneous or not. I have just listed some key equations which you'll be needing to solve the questions on delta G. Delta G, as usual, the change in delta G is equal to sum of the delta G of the product minus the sum of the delta G of reactant. And another equation you have to know is delta G equals delta H minus T delta S. And the relation between delta G and the equilibrium constant is given in the next two equations. And whenever you are using delta G0 on the equilibrium equation minus RT ln K, remember to use R in as 8.314 joules per K dot mole, and the temperature should be in Kelvin. For the reaction given below, calculate delta G0 at 25 degrees Celsius. The value of delta S is given and value of delta H is also given, and the reaction is given. So the formula we are going to use is delta G equals delta H minus T delta S, and substitute the values in. The point to be noted is the unit of delta H and delta S are not same. So remember to convert the unit of delta H to joules per mole and get the value of delta G. And usually the values of delta G is reported in kilojoules per mole. For the reaction given below, calculate delta G0 at 25 degrees Celsius. The delta S for the individual reactant and the product is given, and same way delta H for ammonia is given. So we will be using the same equation, delta G equals delta H minus T delta S. But in this case, the delta H has to be calculated. We will calculate delta H using the values given because it is product minus reactant. And same way, delta S is also calculated. Similarly, product minus reactant. And remember to use the number of moles. We have 2 moles of ammonia, 3 moles of hydrogen. Remember to multiply the values the values of delta S by 3 and 2 and get the value of delta S. So to get the value of delta G, we use delta H minus T delta S. But again, convert the unit of delta H to joules and get the value of delta G and report the value of delta G in kilojoules per mole. Calculate delta G0 for the combustion of 174 grams of butane, and the value of the equation is given to you, and the individual delta G's for butane, carbon dioxide and water are given, and oxygen it will be 0. So using the formula delta G0 reaction equals product minus reactant, calculate the value of delta G0. So this value of delta G0 is for, according to the equation, 1 mole of butane. So to get for 3 moles, the number of moles of butane can be calculated from the grams of butane, that is 174 grams, and I get the number of moles of butane as 3. So for 3 moles of butane, just multiply the delta G0 reaction by 3 and I get the value for 3 moles of butane. The equilibrium constant for a reaction was found to be 2.8 10 to the power of negative 8 at 1250 degrees Celsius. Calculate delta G0 for the reaction. So this is a question which is relating the free energy and the equilibrium constant. Therefore, the equation you will be using will be delta G0 equals minus RT ln K. So substitute all the values in it. This question is given to you because you should be careful with the unit of R. R is 8.314 and the units of all of them should be in joules and temperature should be in Kelvin. Substitute all the values of it and get the value of delta G. The unit of delta G you are going to get will be in joule. Convert it into kilojoules and report it. Calculate delta G0 and Kp for the reaction at 25 degrees Celsius. And the B part is calculate delta G, it's not delta G0, delta G for the reaction and the partial pressures are given. And delta G0 for the reaction can be calculated by sum of the product minus reactant and substitute the values in it and you will get the value of delta G0. So when delta G0 is calculated, K can be calculated by using the formula delta G0 is equal to minus RT ln Kp. And get the value of Kp after you substitute the values of delta G0 and RT into it. Remember, be careful with the units. See that all of them are in joules and get the value of Kp and that comes as 6.44. And for the second part of it, we are going to use the equation delta G equal delta G0 plus RT ln Q. Substitute all the values, the partial pressures are given and take the delta G0 from the first A part and then get the value of delta G. And this is a situation where the system is not in equilibrium, it is somewhere in the middle. That's why the value of Q is used.